congratulations. If you have been watching my video in the past, this will be the last chapter in SPM Form 4 at Maths. It's called index number. Now, good news is this index number in this chapter, if they do not change the syllabus after years later, it remains the same. This chapter would comes out in paper 2, section C, whereby you were given 4 questions and you need to answer 2 of them. Index number is one of those 4 questions, and I would say it's kind of like bonus questions because it's straightforward. You just need to understand the concept for index number. Now, I'm aware that the syllabus have somehow changed from BM to English and English back to BM in the past few decades. So I will still use English because I don't know when they will change back to English. I'm not sure if they are going to do that. Well, I'm going to translate certain terminologies so that you get used to the questions. In this chapter, there are maybe three words that you need to know. Now, before we get into the technical term, let me define those words first. Index number. The question. Index number. In your question, if it were to be in BM, it's called number index. Is a translation. I mean, the wording is somehow there. It's just that the sequence and the spelling is different. Number index is index number. And then base time. You need to know the base time later. Base time. Maybe you may be able to guess what is it. Time is masa. Base is asas. Masa asas. It's not hard enough. I mean, it's not hard actually, whether it's BM or English. Then we have a price. Oh, this is something that you will learn. I mean, you get used to it later on. Price index. Well, yes, correct. If you guess it correctly, it is index. Harga. Well, I don't think they will penalize you for not spelling correctly, because this is not a language. It is mathematics, numbers. That's going to count. Then what else do you need? Composite index, yes. Composite index. Well, I think the first word in BM should be quite similar to the previous one. It will call index. But I think composite will be a little bit hard because you never guess it, because composite in BM should be gubahan. I think this is a little bit tough. Gubahan is composite. And weightage, you need this. You need for composite index. Weightage in BM, I think it's not a direct translation. Weightage is called pemberat. Well, here is the Bahasa Malaysia. This is the BI, Bahasa English. Frankly, I was educated and I was taught in BM, and surprisingly, I'm making an English course for Maths. So I think if I can do that, I'm sure you can do that too. You'll be able to translate to BM if you learn in English. For consistency, I use English because previously all my video is in English, so I would like to proceed with my video in English. I hope you find it comfortable with English. You get to learn BM from school, and you get to learn English over here. So the student benefits by learning the English terminologies. I hope you learn your BM at school. So here you get to know what are those terms in English. Now, this is not a language video. Let's go to the maths part. Now, to start out with, as our usual lecture class. Now, index number is all about what? In percentage, like in percentage. Say for example, now today you buy a cup of coffee that costs you maybe 10 ringgit. I know it's a very expensive coffee. 10 years later, this coffee, the same brand, maybe costs 15 ringgit. Okay? Now, in your previous year, junior year, you get to learn what's the percentage of increase, right? Straight away, you're able to calculate. Increase by 5 ringgit. So, for percentage, if you want to calculate the percentage, that would be final 15 minus initial 10 over initial, isn't it? This is what you have learned 2 years ago or last year in a lower form. Right? And then you need to times 100%. Now, this is to remind you how you get percentage. So this is 5 over 10 times 10. So it turns out to be 50% increase. Right? So this is a positive number, and you make a conclusion that is increased by 50%, right? Everyone's happy. Solve question. You solve this question, you get some marks over here last time. But for now, get into it deeper. To answer all of this, put it into a form that what is the percentage? Yeah, this represents increase of 50%. 10 years later. 10 years later. This coffee has increased the percentage, or the coffee percentage is actually indeed 150%, isn't it? You need to agree this is a very important terminologies. Is it correct? The price of this coffee has increased by 50%, therefore the percentage 10 years later is 150%. So it's a truth. Now, it's correct, isn't it? Now, put it into the other way. Okay? This is the background. You need to understand. Put it the other way. Now, if I were to tell you that the price of a coffee is 10 ringgit, the same question, yeah? We're talking about same question. 10 years later, you were told this coffee is 150%. Oh no, sorry. I shouldn't say that. 10 years later, the price increase, positive meaning increase by 50%. If now the coffee is 10 ringgit, 10 years later, you were told that the price of coffee increased by 50%. How are you going to calculate the price 10 years later? Stop if you were trying to find out what is 50% from 10 ringgit, then you add 10 ringgit and you get 15. Do not do that. Now what I'm going to propose here is not something new, it's actually the same here. If you were told 10 years later the price increased by 50%, what you do is, all you need to do is you find out the initial. This is called the base time that you have, the price, and you times with 1.5. You would get the answer. That is 10 ringgit. Or 15 ringgit. Right? Now this is what you need to learn. The concept is here. Why? Why is it 1.5? Why is it 1.5? You ask, why am I times 1.5? Why? Think about it. Because it increased by 50%. 1 is in unity. So 50% is basically, if divide by 100 is 0.5, isn't it? If increase by 50%, then therefore you need to add the base. This is 1 plus 1.5 is 1.5, and you times the original, you get 15. I hope you get what I'm trying to tell you. I hope you get this concept of percentage. Because the following, what I'm going to tell you is this. Before I flip to the next page, I want you to look at what you have here. What we have here. This is important facts. 1.5. This is important. Something important. The essence in the following pages. Okay? 1.5. Now, in the event if it were to be decreased by 50% negative, then it would be just mere 0.5. Or if decreased by 30%, then it will be 0.7. Let me give you another example. Similar one. Now, in Malaysia, it tends to have sales, carnival sales, etc. Now, if today the original price before sales, the actual price says is 10 ringgit, you were given a discount 70%. What would it be after discount? So what you do, discount 70, you cut by, this is 0.7, negative 0.7. So that would be 10 times 0.3. I hope you know why is it 0.3. And it turns out to be 3 ringgit, which is quite true. You may use your knowledge in your previous year, in discount, you times 70%, you find what's 70%, and then it's 3, it's 7, then you use original 10 minus 7, you get the answer. But in now from 4, you need to know this. It's not mandatory, but I would advise you to learn this concept. This is an important concept. Okay, I hope you have grabbed. I hope you grab it by now. Now, next, real deal, index number. What is index number? Definition from your book. Index number symbol I will be equals to the quantity at certain time over the quantity at a base time and then you times 100. This sounds like percentage, very similar. That's where you have the base time. So this is the price or the quantity base time, base part quantity, a base time. Whereas this is a given time, a specific time, a given time. Okay? The new over old. Price index. Next will be called price index. I'll give an example later, but first bear with me with those terminologies. Price index is also I, because sometimes it's not price, sometimes they give you quantity, then you use first one. If they give you price, increase price decrease, then it will be QI over Q naught, Q1 over Q naught, times 100. Price index. This is again the same definition as above. Given time, how much? This is on base time. The denominator will be the base time. Then last one is called composite index. Index gubahan. Maybe I average. The equation, if you've gone through my video chapter 7 statistics, that will be the same, because this is take the sum. This symbol, don't get frightened, it's just a sum. Sum of I dot W. W means pemberat or weightage. Sum of your weightage. Just like an average. Let me define W is weightage. Okay? That's all about it. You know these three equations. You are quite fit. You'll be able to answer those past year questions already. You might not believe it. Trust me. Give me an example. It's following. Now the questions, I can't do it here, so I'm just going to read you, or I'm going to try to simplify it. You should do the same. Once you receive those questions. Example, normally they give you a table of 3 entry. Maybe you have rental, your food, and transportation. In this table, they will have few columns for the year, and then the price 2005 and 2006. So obviously it will be a price index. And here the important part, the price index in 2006 base in 2005. Now what does it mean? Okay, you would ask, what does it mean? First of all, get it right. The price index in 2006 based on 2005, it means by taking the price at 2005 as the base time. Okay, so price index 2006 based on 2005, it means you use the price 2005 as for the base. Based upon what? Based on 2005. So you were given other information, like says the price 2005 rental is 300 ringgit. Food would be 450. They never mention is per month or per day, so maybe this is per year. Maybe average. You may take this average. Don't think too much about it. This is give you an unknown. The C unknown, interesting. And then this is 480, 206. This is B, and then 210, 2006, and then price index. This is A, 126, and 175. Okay, so you would expect, what else do you expect if you have seen this? If you see this, so obviously they ask you what is ABC. Okay, now they ask for what is ABC. So therefore, A goes to what? Simple, right? Based on here. Okay, price index in 2006 based on 2005. So therefore, by taking 2005 as for the base, so therefore this number is the base. So that would be 300 divided by 206 is what they want. It's 480 times 100 according to our definition. Therefore, that would be, cancel off. So 160. Okay, it's not percentage. You just need to know it's 160. It means, if you want to use the concept of percentage, it means is increase by 60%. Because why? Because you are taking 2005 as for base. 300 is the base. Increase by 180 ringgit. So 180 ringgit is about 60%. So you increase by 60%. So this price index would tell you how much it increase. Okay. So if you understand this part, based on the background, they have bring you up in the last page, previous few pages. So P, in order to find B, so B is a given time 206, base is 450 times 100. The answer is 126. This is given here. So rearrange them. Therefore, put in calculator. B would be 567. You may check with my answer if it's correct. And about C, C is the base. So therefore, that would be 210 over C times 100. That is 175. You solve it. Therefore, C would therefore be equals to 120. Okay. So this is not the price index. This is the price at 2005. So here is 120. Here it's calculated is 567 based on this price index. Okay, that's basically all about this. Now let me give you another example for composite index. Maybe you have seen this elsewhere, past year question. You have some ingredient. Maybe I'll have my flour. You have fish. Then I have sugar and salt. Okay, 4 items. Oops. Oopsie. No, I can't draw a straight line because my tablet doesn't allow me to try my best to make it straight. Okay, so this is year 2004, 2005. Now you will be surprised because every year in SPM paper 2 part C, in this part, they always looks quite the same. Okay, for flour is 1 ringgit 50 cents, 180. Fish would be maybe 3. This is 4 ringgit 50 cents. I don't know how they define this. Okay, so all you need to know is get this done. For sugar, it's 140, 147. Salt is K. This is 0.9, so it's unknown here already. And this is price index again. Price index in the year 2005, based on the year. This is given in the question actually, based on 2004. Okay, and they were given, this is H, another unknown. This is 150, 105, and 112.5. Okay, and then underneath the table, you will have a pie chart. Oh, that's going to be hard because I really doesn't have, but I hope you don't mind. I just have a compass with me to draw a circle, so I'll try my best to make it as smooth as possible. Time is limit because I need to get it done within 45 minutes. Okay, so bear with me, just grab the concept. This is what you need. A fish, 30%, flour 45%, sugar is 10%, this is 50% salt. I hope it adds up to be 100. Supposed to. Check for me if it's 100. Now, first of all, 2 unknown. What else would you expect? Right? So, first of all, you need to find out the H. H, the price index, is pretty straightforward because what happened is H is equals to, based on the definition, 2005 and 2004. So 2005 is 180. So that would be 180 over the base time 2004 is 1 ringgit 50 cent. And then price index times 100. Therefore answer 120. Straightforward, done, 1 mark. Now for K, this is the base, the prices, base price as a base time. So therefore there will be K as denominator, given time 0.9, this one here, because we're talking about index 0.5 based on 0.4. So this is what you have in 2005, this is what you have in 2004. It's given. Times 100 is equals to 112.5. Bring up, bring down, therefore K would be equals to 0.80. Check with your answer. This is 0.8, this is 0.9, therefore percentage is more than 100. More than 100, so it's correct. This number is smaller, this number is greater, so it's greater than 100. So correct, you get the right answer. Okay, so this is what you have learned in the previous part. Now the important part is here. B, they ask for the composite index. For the cost of making this material in the year 2005 based on the year 2004. Okay, interesting, isn't it? Based on 2005 and 2004. So how are you going to do that? First of all, you need to ask if you have the index price. Do you have an index price 2005 based on 2004? Do you have the index price? The answer is yes. So if you have the index price, which is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2005 based on 2004, this is what you have. This is given. So that will be pretty straightforward, right? All you need to do is put them into equation. That's all. So therefore, your composite index, if you remember from my previous page, if you use another color, it's like an average, right? It will therefore be, to do that, first of all, you find out what's this. Fish index price 2005 based on 2004 is what? Fish is 150. So all you need to do is use 150 times, you have two options. You may times with 30, because it's 30%, times with 30%. No, I think use with this, you use this times with it. Price index times with percentage, the weightage. This is weightage. You use the price index times with its weightage. You sum all of them plus what? 120 times 45 plus 112.5 times 15 plus, I hope I can enough. Sugar is 105 times 10%. Sum them divided by the total weightage, which is 100. You sum all of them. 15 plus 10 is 25 plus 30, 55 plus 45, 100. Okay? Calculator, top, straight away you get the answer. That would be 189.57. So this is the composite index 2005 base 2004. I think it helps you. Subscribe. So I put in another page towards the end already, so I'll put in another page for you to see it. The price index, composite price index 2005 subscribe over 2004 is 126.38. The answer. Because why? You need this in the following section. Now previously we talked about part B is composite index 2005 2000 based on 2004. Now C. are told that the composite index for making this item increase by 50% from the year 2005 to 2009. Okay, from 2005 to 2009, the price index has increased by 50%. One information. So part 1, they ask, what's the composite index? Composite index, I think I'll use a bar. What's the composite index for making this item in the year 2009 based on the year 2004? So this is what they ask you. How are you going to answer that? You don't have information? Or do you? You have, isn't it? Now, if in the event you know that it increased by 50% by 2009, what you can do is two options. You may either, by using chain rule, maybe I can help you out with that, to make it sounds 2004. Therefore, that will equals to, in order to get 2009 to 2004, that will be something times something. Maybe I use 2009 over something times 2009. Sorry, this is not 2009. 2009 over something over 2004. Okay. So here 2004, I have data for 2005, isn't it? And do I have, I need to cancel them. Maybe I can make use of this. Is it possible? Then I'll cancel them. Okay, do I have 2005 and 2004? I have this already. And I have, which is here. And 2009 based on 2005 is in the question. So therefore, it will be 2009 based on 2004. Therefore, it will be increased by 50%. Therefore, it will be 150% over 100, because this is 100 percentage times I have 126.38, and then put in a calculator, answer 189.57. Now, this chain rule will be very important, extremely important. You might need some time to understand it. This is what the question asks. 2009 based on 2004. How do you get it? You don't have that. All you need to do is use chain law in a differentiation. You learn that. You may apply it here. Learn to connect them. So in order to get that, it will be something. This is 2009. I need like curry chicken. In order to have curry chicken, you need to start with curry and chicken. 2009 and 2004, because this is 2009, 2004. Based on this question, we have 5 here. So this 5, if it were to be 2005 here, then here has to be 2005, so that it will be cancelled off, right? This number can be cancelled off later. Then you get 2009.4. So to do that, if you get these two information, then you solve this question. So from here, 2009 based on 2005, you were told that it increased by 50%. So increased by 50%, therefore by 2009, based on 2005, it would be 150. Divide 100 because it's percentage. Because this is percentage. This is percentage. But we are talking about index number. So you need to neutralize, you need to cancel off the percentage. And 126 is from the previous part. The price index 2005 based on 2004. Okay? Then you get the answer. Right? That's why take some time. I'm sure you need this. Pause this video. Make your own notes about this. Because the part 2, you make use of this number. The price of this material in the year, the price. Ask for the price now, not the price index, but the price of this thing in 2009. If it is, if the price in 2004, the price is 25 ringgit. Okay? So now they ask you, what would be the price of this material if the price in 2004 is 25 ringgit? Right? So how are you going to do that? Again, you have those information already. 2004 is the base now. This is a base time. This is the given time. So in order to get the price index, so what you have in 2009, this is what you need to find out, over the price in 2004 is 25. You times 100, okay, the index is therefore, now the price index, the average, the composite index 2009 based on 2004. Oh, sorry, 2004. Yes. From the previous question is 189.57. So therefore 2009, 2005 is therefore 189.57, and then rearrange them. Therefore the price in 2009 would therefore be ringgit Malaysia 47 ringgit 39 cents. Okay, so the price index, the composite index is like the average number to look for its price increase. That's all about this chapter. The essence is what I have given it to you. In this chapter is about the price index, the index number, the composite index, and in order to get them is, the hard part would be the chain law here, and as well as the concept of percentage here. This is something that you need to some time to digest this piece of information. As usual, my advice, you need at least 15 questions to 20 questions, maybe 20 questions practice in your workbook before you proceed to my next video in Form 5, or maybe with a revision in Form 4. It's up to you, but always practice makes perfect. You need to have at least 15, 20, I think, make it into 20, 15 to 20 questions, and don't rush over it. Give yourself 1 week to practice, and then you come back to my video or to my blog for next video. That's all for this chapter. That's all in Form 4. This is the last chapter I hope you do well in maths, additional maths. You need to make notes based on my video. You make your own notes, and I hope it helps you in your revision later. This is about time to learn to make notes. Good luck, and stay tuned to my next YouTube channel. Goodbye.